The Ottoman Empire once stood on the edge of extinction. It's not threatened by foreign armies, not crushed by crusades, but torn apart from the inside. Brothers killing brothers, cities choosing sides, loyalty turning into betrayal. And in the middle of this chaos, one young prince watched everything fall apart. His name was Mehmed, and history almost forgot him. When Sultan Bayezid fell to Timur, the empire did not collapse in a single moment. It bled, slowly, painfully, like a body losing strength one wound at a time. Bayezid's sons turned against each other, each claiming the throne, each believing he alone deserved power. Ottoman lands became battlefields. Villages were burned by Ottoman armies fighting other Ottomans. People woke up each year unsure who their ruler was, or if the empire even still existed. Governors ruled like kings. Armies marched without direction. Loyalty was bought, sold, and betrayed overnight. The empire that once terrified Europe became unstable, unpredictable, and weak. Many believed this was the end, that the Ottomans would break apart and vanish like so many empires before them. Mehmed watched all of this unfold. He was not the strongest brother. He was not the most feared. He did not ride into cities demanding loyalty, did not execute rivals to prove authority. Instead, Mehmed did something far more dangerous in a time of chaos. He waited. He observed. He listened. While his brothers burned cities to prove strength, Mehmed learned where people were exhausted by war. While others demanded obedience, he learned which commanders wanted peace more than glory. He understood something the others did not. An empire destroyed by civil war cannot be saved by more violence. His rise did not begin with conquest. Mehmed secured control in Anatolia, away from the worst of the chaos. He protected his base carefully, knowing one mistake could erase him completely. He made alliances instead of enemies. He negotiated where others threatened. Most importantly, he forgave. This shocked everyone. Captured rivals were spared, defeated soldiers were allowed to return home. Local leaders were kept in power instead of being replaced. To many, this looked like weakness, but Mehmed knew the truth. Fear could not rebuild what fear had already destroyed. Step by step, Mehmed began to move. Not fast, not dramatically, carefully. Each victory was followed by reconciliation. Each captured city was given order instead of punishment. Taxes were stabilized, markets reopened, roads became safe again. Slowly, people stopped running from Ottoman banners. Slowly, they began trusting them, and something remarkable happened. Mehmed's enemies did not disappear through execution. They disappeared through exhaustion. One by one, rivals lost support. Soldiers refused to fight another civil war. Governors chose stability over ambition. Mehmed did not defeat his brothers in a single decisive battle, outlasted them. By 1413, after years of bloodshed, Mehmed stood alone, not because he crushed everyone, but because there was no one left who wanted to fight him. When Mehmed I was crowned Sultan, there were no massive celebrations, no triumphant marches, no roaring crowds. What people felt instead was relief. The empire still stood, broken, scarred, but alive. And that was his greatest achievement. Mehmed I did not rise like lightning. He rose like dawn. Quiet, steady, inevitable. He inherited an empire that barely existed and refused to let it die. His rule would not be remembered for dramatic conquest, but without his survival, nothing that came later would have been possible. No expansion, no golden age. No conquest of Constantinople. This was the rise of a ruler who understood that power is not always about taking more land. Sometimes it is about holding together what is left. And what Mehmed would do next would decide whether the Ottomans were finished forever or only just beginning again. If this story surprised you, comment below whether you think patience is more powerful than force.